Central Belize.
Well, you know, Van, a place that we part the embassies then, eh?
Yes. In the hurricane season again, Belize, because of the coast, the Belize city being on the coast, the Western Regional is where most of the Belize City patients will be evacuated in the event of a hurricane heading to Belize City. And so it's an important hospital. And the government of Belize has spent $0 on the Western Regional Hospital. It's been from one incident to the next. I mean, from the simple fact of not having antivenom for snake bites that killed people, now to the generator being out of service. And the whole story is that after all the bull talk about parts can't get and this and that,
No excuses.
within 4 hours, everything was functional. So it just meant that you guys never did pay attention to it. Never take it seriously. It wasn't priority. Right? I mean, you don't got one mechanic with the standby for one generator a car. Mash.
Well, he's the
And making it, that's not making it. And
director of health
come on, man.
services is
Readjust your personnel.
Man, listen
Much-
to me. They never even. It's a complete lack of maintenance, Vaughn, because when they, you know the truth of the matter is they never even do that thing not work, because there's no maintenance. It's when the power outage went that they never did switch over to the backup generator. That's when they know it was not functioning. So the technician or whoever was carrying on his own business as usual because they don't do nothing.
I mean, that's not important for the just yourself, man. You know much house the Ministry of Health is renting in Belmopan, Marshall, for senior staff. Well, they do use it as slaughterhouse. I can rephrase that. And so all I'm saying is that if you have a maintenance crew, then house them one of their house where they just use for go to their foolishness.
Then
They don't sleep there.
and process meat.
Good morning. Their wife don't even know that their house come with their job.
Ooh, technical. Carla, good morning.
Yes, indeed, Van, you brought a very, very serious fault of the present administration. During the PUP administration, it was a policy that every health department, or rather a hospital, call it, must have a working generator as a standby. And there were people assigned by the Belize Electricity Board, I was chairman then, to go and inspect periodically that those plants they were working. That was one. The other thing, there was a pool at the Belize Electricity and Light plant, of small generators in case of need in any part of the country. That has been eliminated. Everything now is money making. The other thing, gentlemen, is this. We have 3 hydroelectric establishments behind me here, Boyehon, Chalio, and Baka, pumping electricity. Belmopan is just 20 miles away. You mean going one truck running to something wherever that the whole country have to go in blackout? There was a system that had Mr. Eugene Robinson, or a local engineer, whereby the country was separated in districts like, say for example, one truck broke the Coruscant line that comes from Chetumal. Immediately, that area was switched off and the rest of the country continued being fed. By that time, it was big light plants in Belize City, and now we have the hydro. But as soon as there is a little lamppost, one thing broke, the whole country. This is something that actually, they're not interested to see that. All they want to see which parcel of land is available to do one trick in it. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. That's a very good point there, because Van, we do get a significant amount of the electricity we use from the Mexicans, but why when the power go down, the nation plunge into power outage. There must be an easier way. And you're right that the power supply, some of the power that we use is supplied from the hydroelectric dams. So why we get plunged into nationwide blackout?
And Marshall, normally before too, as what Dante is saying, the operating rooms could have been isolated on smaller generators. Just for this, just as a backup.
But
Not only that, when you look across from the Western Regional Hospital when there's a blackout the other night, Prime Minister's office got power. And they got their system in
standby
place.
generator.
Yes, they got their standby. They're isolated. In fact, that whole National Assembly, police station, little what do you call it? Square, government square, that is completely isolated, straight from the plant. Separate, right? I thought the hospital. Well, in fact, the hospital used to be on that.
Vaughn, you know,
There were 3 emergency surgical procedures that had to have been done in the dark, and I'd like to thank the staff. Right? My first comments were about the administrators and the ministry who allowed that generator system.
I just want to make a comment there that there, as usual, everything is being blamed on Hurricane Earl, but Earl more than 2 months ago, man. Something as important as the standby generator for backup power supply for a hospital, in this case a regional hospital, shouldn't malfunction 2.5 months after the hurricane. That's inexcusable.
So
Anyway, go
is the
ahead.
maintenance? Yes. Yes, no, Marsh. And I mean, as I said, for the fact that you're in an operating room or doing a procedure and blam, everything gone off. Right?
The hospital shouldn't go in and no blackout
Yes, and
like
these
that,
guys
man.
just decided to pull out their phones and continue the procedure. I thought that they need to be credited.
Have to,
Right,
have to.
for that. And
Because
they should have never been put in that position, never been put
They-
in there by the government of Belize and your ministry.
if you're in a profession of save life and they
Good
do
morning.
it at whatever cost.
Good morning. Morning.
Hello? Must say text, man. Yeah, man. No. Sorry, the text number is 652592 if you want us to read your text. If you want to read the text, 652592. This is for only phone calls, 6508429. So, just, no regional hospital, nothing going on, no full power outage.
Yeah.
That's
We're not that backwards, man. People, it's business that this country have standby generator that
You
kicks
know-
in automatically, even though nobody even then at the building.
Yesterday when
Come on,
when we heard the thing, me feel like the generator bad.
Morning.
Yeah, right. Oh, I'm sorry, where is that? Family.
Thank you.
You heard what he said?
Birthday greetings. Next thing, Marshall. We always criticize, but if the new director of immigration is Diana Locke, if it was your initiative to enforce the law and implement the student permit, it's an excellent move. Regularizing it, Marsh. Good morning.
We know the thing, man. The hospital is ideally constructed for solar. All these things we can use. You see what the US did up? Think when they build it up that shed for the vehicles, that solar. One other thing I want to bring up this morning, I just remember. Do you know that the US is building a base for the marine, for the people? Why is it that the US is constructing the base for the US Army in Belize? There must be some reason. There must be something.
Where
why
is
they
it?
think that it is necessary for
Where?
them to construct this base right on their property there. It has been going on for some time. Huge construction going on there.
they're providing the marine. It's for the Marines' protection for the diplomats. They're bringing a detachment of special Marines who will protect the embassy and the American diplomats here. They did announce it a while back.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's for their territory.
Yes, that's
It's in
U.S.
it's
US soil.
territory, yeah.
Yes.
It's US
Yes.
territory.
Yes.
You were making a point, though?
Where am I there?
Can't last.
Yeah.
Well, make I bring up something that is very important to me, the matter of the teachers' salary and the discussion of whether the salary should be docked. The Ministry of Education, top manager, take the call.
Good morning.
Good morning, Van and Marshall.
Morning.
Morning,
I
sir.
know the chamber called off the national shutdown the other day because they're satisfied with the way how things are going. But I'd like to suggest to them, since the teachers do a lot of business with them, that they'll still go ahead with this national shutdown because the teachers support them in their businesses. I wish they could do that, Thanks.
Well, my request for them would to see if they could subsidize the teachers with some of the loss if the government, the Ministry of Education is still going to be so adamant in docking the teachers' salary. But apparently that won't be the case. The Minister of Education has at least, I guess the people pressure is in fact working. The Minister of Education seems to be making some level of concession, Vaughn. He proposed to the teachers to use the strike fund to meet the teachers' salaries that would be docked. And if the strike fund is insufficient, that they will subsidize it to meet the amount. President of the National President of the Teachers Union has outlined what the strike fund is there for, but apparently the Minister of Education, for this time I got to give him credit. It's not often that we do, but he had us a meeting with the Teachers Union and he's proposing to them that if the teachers can assure the Ministry of Education that they will make up the lost time, that he would be willing to consider paying the salaries for the teachers. I think that is a good approach rather than a confrontational and a combative one. It's for them to discuss it. There's still a little time. Remember that they were given a deadline to make the submission to the ministry, I think by today at some point. The meeting, at least the Minister of Education has proposed to meet with the Teachers Union today. I hope that will go through and I hope cooler heads will prevail.
I have a question on man. I am misunderstanding something. The teachers are supposed to use the strike fund, and only if they don't have enough, then he will send. So then, how can he be making up?
I think the offer is just to open a dialogue, with the BNTU. Unlike
if they have 2 million in the strike fund, they have to use the 2 million, and if they're short 500,000, here put the 500. That's my understanding, which is not paying their salary. He's still depleting their
But
strike
there are
fund.
two. Look at the call.
Morning.
Caller there.
Yes, good morning, Marshall and Vaughn.
Morning.
Pertaining to the teachers and their salary, I think it was mischief the minister was trying to do. He was trying to see the reaction of the people and realizing that the people were with the teachers. Had he not changed his tune, then he would have seen a different outcome because the parents of these children would have done something else. Because, come on, we all know it's not the first time teachers go on strike. When they go on strike and they miss classes, they make up for those classes. They have never go on strike and don't make up for those classes. Each school have their own way of how they make up for the day's loss. So for him to come with that, to me, it's not here nor there. Then, as the union president said, the minister was once a union. He know the rules that the fund is not used to pay no teachers.
that is for them to use when they are having these strikes, so that they can be moving here to and fro from wherever area